Guys, for the first time ever, we are announcing our first live in-person event, the Six Figure Creator Live event, happening just outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, in Kitchener, Waterloo area, July 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. We want to see you there.
We have never done a live event like this for the public, and we are doing it. We are so excited. So if you are in the wedding space, the brand space, if you are from Canada or if you're from the US and you want to drive on over, fly on up, do it, you guys. This is going to be so cool, gathering our community to meet each other, connect, and also learn and grow and hear from some guest speakers, do Q&A stuff. It's going to be incredible about how to build a six-figure creative business. So if you are in a service-based creative and you are near the area, or you can come and be in the area, we want to see you July 30th in just outside of Toronto, Canada.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be awesome. So go to creativerouse.com. The first 60 people that go to creativerouse.com/live will get a ticket for $15. So cheap,
$15.
Guys. We'd love to see you there. The first 60 tickets are going for $15. creativerouse.com/live. And if you're on Instagram, you want to DM us on Instagram, DM us Canada, and we'll get you over all the information so you can get one of your tickets for $15, which is going to be great.
Yeah.
We can't wait to meet you in person and just hang out and get to help you build a better foundation for your business so you can grow to the six-figure point. Or if you're already there, you can stabilize there and just have a ton of fun. So it's
cool.
going to be awesome. July 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. We will see you there. But on the topic of building a six-figure business, we're going to be talking today about 4 things that if you do these 4 things, we like to say it's the environment that will help you really shape a good six-figure business foundation. Christy and I have been doing these 4 things for a long time. Christy, a little bit of background on you. You're a wedding photographer by trade.
Yep.
And eventually built a six-figure wedding business, then switched into the brand industry, built a six-figure brand business as a photographer. And now you're going back and you're doing both.
I'm doing
which
a
is
hybrid
really cool.
model,
You're
baby.
doing a hybrid, which is cool. And then my story is I started as a filmmaker, then started getting into photo stuff, then got into like just overall brand building. So photo, video, marketing, building sites, building funnels, even some like product design, which is really cool. So that's both of our backgrounds. And we've been running this podcast for 5 years. And so many things that we talk about come back to the 4 things we're talking about today. Because these are really the foundational pillars, some of the foundational pillars of building a good six-figure business. And the first one is making sure your offer is dialed in. So we're going to define what a good six-figure offer is. It is 4 things that if you can answer the question to these 4 things and you can wrap these 4 things together in a package, you have a good, beautiful offer that is going to be compelling because people understand how you stand out. They understand how you're going to build value into what they're looking for, and they're going to understand what it looks like to work with you. And maybe they're even going to feel some type of desire, some scarcity or some urgency to want to pull the trigger and hire you. So the 4 things are, the first thing of building a good six-figure offer is you have to define who it is for, right? This is like your niche. Who are you actually serving, okay? So whether you're in the wedding industry, whether you're in the brand industry, you got to pick a client and be like, this is who I am set up best to serve. This is who I want to serve the best. This is the type of client that when I work with them, I feel stoked, and most importantly, I get them really good results, whether I'm shooting their wedding, whether I'm shooting their brand, whether I'm building them a website, whatever that looks like. The first part of building a good offer is figuring out who, okay? The second part is actually figuring out how am I helping them and what am I helping them achieve, or what outcome am I helping them take hold of, right? So this is really figuring out the core business/life transformation that working with you helps this client achieve. If you can nail that, people are going to really understand and be drawn to work with you. The third thing of building a good six-figure offer is figuring out how what you do ties into the outcome that they want, and then what it actually looks like. What's your process look like? Do you have a signature process? Do you have have you branded your process in any way? So a great example of this is like, are you just selling videos, or are you selling stuff that's like more strategic and it's like, hey, here's my like done for you 7 videos in 1 day process that when you work with us, here's what you're going to get, right? Like, how can you talk about your process in a way where it not only makes sense, but it also makes it feel really engaging and attractive? The last part is the timeline. So if you can wrap the timeline into this, and we do all of this for you and deliver it in 7 days. We do all of this for you and it only takes 1 day, or it only takes 2 hours of your time, right? So here's an example of this. Actually, one of the guys that we are co-hosting the Six-Figure Creator Live event with in Kitchener, Waterloo, just outside of Toronto, with, his name's Matt Orleep. He's a Creative Res Mastermind grad.
Awesome.
Great dude. Matt's business. We were golfing like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And he's like, dude, I just had my first $40,000 month. He is killing it. Matt is a professional photographer and filmmaker, and he specifically helps people with their personal brand. So he helps you get online, and he helps businesses like realtors or business owners really start to get more attention online so that they can scale up their marketing for their business, which is really cool. But his offer is great. Here's an example of what his offer looks like. I'm going to read it to you. I help brands and business owners turn profile visitors into paying clients by creating high converting pinned posts with my done for you strategy, and it only takes 10 days. Okay.
That's
so
a
I just
solid
hit
offer.
all of those points. We hit who it's for, which is I help brands and business owners. Then we hit what's the achievement or the main outcome they're trying to accomplish. I help brands and business owners turn profile visitors into paying clients. That's the outcome they're trying to get. And then we talk about, a good offer talks about what they actually do and what his method is. I help brands and business owners turn profile visitors into paying clients by, here's the method, creating high converting pinned posts, which if you don't help clients create pinned posts, it's a great offer right now. We got a course called Selling with Pinned Posts, and it teaches you how to help create pinned posts for your clients. You can sell that offer from anywhere between like $1,500 to $5,000, which is solid. Yeah. So that's what he's actually doing. And then it talks about the timeline. And at the end of his little statement there, it talks about doing it in just 10 days. So I help brands and business owners turn profile visitors into paying clients by creating high converting pinned posts with my done for you strategy, and it only takes 10 days. So that is a solid offer. My question for you is, do you have something like that for your business? Do you have a statement like that where you can encompass your entire offer in one statement, whether you're in the wedding industry, whether you're in the brand industry, whether you're a photographer like Christy, whether you're a filmmaker by trade like me, whether you build brands like I do, like, do you have your offers clearly outlined? You would not have a six-figure business if you did not have clear offers.
No,
I could ask you about many of the offers that you and I rinse and repeat all the time, and we'd be able to rip these off for all of them. So that is that takeaway number one for today is you've got to figure out how to brand your offers and make them really clear. Again, the four things are who it's for, what's the achievement or main outcome you're helping somebody accomplish, what do you do and what's your method of actually getting that achievement or getting that outcome? And last but not least, what is the timeline it takes you to do that? When you wrap those four things together, it creates a phenomenal offer. People actually want to buy from you because they understand the value and they understand how they're going to get it and when they're going to get it.
Absolutely. And then the second thing that you need in order to create a six-figure business environment into your business is a consistent lead system, something that draws new eyeballs into your business like clockwork every single day. And the best six-figure businesses do these things on autopilot. They set up a system that does it for them, and then they continue to drip content into that system, and it exponentially creates results. So this is something that looks like a funnel. And if you listen to the last episode, if you are a dedicated, loyal Creative Rise podcast listener, you know episode 239, we talked all about building a social sales funnel system. So this is this formula. It's a 4-step formula that shows you exactly how to create and convert the new audience that you have into paying clients in literally a short amount of time. I talk about how I just did this with these Yosemite couples sessions, how I was able to get 7 inquiries in 24 hours on one post, and how I've now turned that into an awesome paid ad that's running like clockwork so that I'm continually getting inquiries every single day, which this is something that you don't need massive following for or anything like that. So if you want a deep dive into that, go to the last episode, which is going to be really awesome. We're actually doing a full-on workshop for this on July 24th. So if you're coming July 30th, you could also come July 24th.
It's a virtual workshop. It's a virtual workshop. There's only 10 spots for that, though.
Yes, 10 spots. We're going to be like deep diving on everyone's funnels. It's going to be awesome. So go back to 239 if you want to dive more into developing a lead gen system like that with a funnel.
And we have a couple spots left for that workshop because we just announced it, and we're only taking 10 spots. So if you want one of the 10 spots, go to creativerise.com/social funnel workshop. And you can get one of those tickets, which is going to be fun.
Exactly.
But yeah, the social funnels are awesome.
That's
definitely a part of it. Getting
awesome.
your lead gen figured out is a super important part of building a six-figure environment for your business. Okay, the third part, I'm going to use a quick analogy, and it's talking about community. So I grew up as a snowboarder, and then I started skiing when I was about 15. And if you know me personally, you follow me personally online, you see that I love extreme sports. And when I first started skiing, I was like, man, I really want to start doing what I was doing on a snowboard, but I was a little bit nervous because I just started skiing. I used to hit bigger jumps on snowboards. I started on the smaller jumps on skis. And then quickly I progressed skiing probably a lot faster than I progressed on a snowboard growing up because I started hanging around really, really, really good skiers. Like when I was like 15, 16, 17, I was hanging around dudes that ripped. And what happened was naturally, because I was always with them, we always were moving into bigger and bigger and bigger features in the terrain park, or if we were riding bigger all mountain stuff. And so what happened was I became a much better skier really, really quick, simply because of my proximity was to people that were doing things bigger and better than I was. What they were doing was they were normalizing. They were normalizing bigger things that I would have been scared to do if I was just on my own. Same thing goes for your business. The question for this is, do you have community around you that is normalizing growth, that is normalizing six-figure businesses? Like if you're stuck in a friend group and every single one of you guys is trying to do this creative business thing, but no one's making more than like $15,000 a year, I'm not sitting here saying you won't be able to do it. Absolutely you can. Work hard, follow what we talk about, really implement things that we're talking about today. However, if you got one friend, even just one friend in that group who's already making 120 grand a year, that makes everybody else there who is in that friend group so much more likely to get there themselves.
100%.
Because they are in proximity to what's working. And most importantly, the person who's already making six figures is normalizing it. So the third point in building a really good six-figure business environment so you can actually get to six figures or you can continue to stabilize there. So you've got to make sure that you have proximity to people in businesses that are normalizing progression and normalizing that making six figures is actually normal.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This is a huge point.
I actually did this for myself. I'll give you two examples, one for myself and one from a girl that we know. When I was in my first year full time of doing wedding photography, I'm like, could barely afford my camera. And I hear about this opportunity to go and learn from literally the photographer I looked up to most at the time. And I remember, I think I might have borrowed my mom's credit card at the time because I was like, oh, I need to actually borrow my mom's credit card in order to pay for this workshop that I was going to. Anyways, paid for it, went out to the middle of Washington in the middle of nowhere, didn't know a single soul that was going, but I was like, I need to be around other photographers that I look up to, right? I actually need to put skin in the game, people that are doing it. I think I ended up paying thousands of dollars for this workshop, and it was an incredible experience, not just because of like the little things that maybe I learned or the, friendships that I made. It was like, I am around people that are doing what I want to do and they are making it so possible for me. And I love what you said about normalizing that succeeding in your creative business is normal, right? And so being around those people, getting skin in the game, going after it, and actually putting yourself in proximity to those people, I can't tell you, it's so life-changing. Just this last week, we were talking to a girl in our grad community, and her name's Morgan. She's incredible. She's so good at what she does. She's brilliant at marketing. Like, she's an incredible girl, and she's been offering content packages to her clients. She told us about a conversation she had the previous week with another girl in our grad monthly community named Madison, who's a social media manager who's doing almost like $20K a month or something like right now. She's incredible. Yes, they had a conversation, and Madison was like, dude, Morgan, why don't you start offering social media management? Like, if you want to have some like flexibility of freedom with your schedule and all this stuff, like, why don't I challenge you and you should add this offer to your business? And she's like, you know what? I will. And so she's starting to build this new offer that's going to give her incredible location freedom. There's like incredible future for this girl, all because of one conversation. And so if you can get in the room with people that are doing bigger things than you, man, all it takes is one conversation for your life to take a completely different trajectory. Yeah. So
you gotta
if that doesn't hype you up.
That's the question that I want you to ask. Is your current community, is the people you spend the most time around creatively, they are people that would identify as creatives or business owners. Are they normalizing where you want to go? Are they normalizing the goals you have? If they're not, then you need to start looking to add people into your community that would. If you're anywhere near Toronto, Ontario on July 30th, 6 to 9 p.m. Come hang out with us. We would love to normalize that for you. The Six Figure Creator live event, workshop that we're running on July 30th is going to do that in light years for you. So cannot wait to see you there. creativehouse.com/live. Go get your $15 ticket. It's going to be so cheap. But guys, that is a huge point. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's super important. So that's point 3. Point number 4 is also just as important. And this is that if you do point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3 really well,
you're going to have a lot of work.
And so you need to learn how to build some boundaries that are going to help you not burn out, which is important.
And this is huge because so many people leave their 9 to 5, pursue their creative career because they want to build something that helps support their personal goals. And then they end up making a prison for themselves, and they're way overworked, they're way burnt out, and they haven't set up systems in their business to keep their business in line with their personal life. So this is something we're super, super excited about talking about. It's like having a healthy hustle rather than just like hustle culture that's toxic is so important. We want to shout out Jared. He's going to be actually at also the Six Figure.
He's going to be co-hosting the event.
Live event. He's co-hosting it with us. He's an incredible, incredible photographer. Brand guy in the Southern Ontario region, and he
shoots real estate, shoots brands.
We chatted
some
with
weddings here and
Jared.
there.
Yeah, we chatted with Jared. He's gone through a ton of our stuff. We chatted with Jared last summer, and he's like, "You guys, I am so burnt out. Like he had done all these things, all these lead generations. He's like crushing it in his business, but he's like, I am so burnt out. Like I am so busy. I'm so overworked. I haven't had a weekend to enjoy this entire summer, and honestly, I hate it." And so we had this conversation about how do we avoid burnout? How do we get out of burnout? And then what systems do we need to set up for Jared that he can set up for himself that will create a business that he actually loves again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And fast forward this summer, we just had a call with Jared last week, and he's like, I have my summer back. He's like, I have weekends. He's like a totally different person, right?
He's like, I got evenings back.
I got evenings back. Like he is doing incredible things because he's set up systems in his business to avoid burnout. Sometimes we just think burnout, like I just need to go on a vacation, but that doesn't fix it. It's how you work when you work and what you're doing while you're working that either causes burnout or avoids it. And so you got to figure out what those things are for you so that you can keep a healthy hustle in your business.
Yeah, that's a great quote by a friend of ours named Carrie. He says, if, what's his line on that? It's so good. It's if time off doesn't solve your burnout problem, it's because it's how you're spending your time on, which is so good. So shout out to Carrie. Phenomenal quote.
The GOAT.
But guys, these are 4 things that are so important. Okay, I'm going to repeat them one more time. Creating a really good scalable 6-figure offer. Okay, number 1, creating a really good lead generation system so you constantly have people wanting to work with you. Number 3 is getting in community with people that normalize that making 6 figures is normal and can be done, and that can fire you up and expose you to how they're doing it. And number 4 is creating boundaries so you actually don't burn out. If you can take these 4 things that we're talking about today and start to build them into your business, you are going to have a phenomenal year, and we're so excited for you. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that. But more than that, guys, we'd love to see you in Toronto, just outside of Toronto, Kitchener-Waterloo, July 30th from 6 to 9. Come to the 6-Figure Creator Live event. It's going to be such a blast. $15 per ticket. Only 60 tickets available as we speak right now. We're just launching it for the first time today. And it's going to be a blast. Come hang out with us. Come learn from us. Come get exposure to people that believe you can do it, right? Talking about the community thing. That's going to be a big piece of that event. And we're just going to have some awesome sessions with some great speakers. And it's going to be so great. So
it's going to be awesome.
It's been years in the making of us not doing an event like this. And we're finally doing it.
And we're so
I'm
excited.
pumped up.
So get ready, Canada. We are coming. So make sure you guys grab your ticket. We'd love to see you there. And we'll see you guys next week.
We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out, guys.